MMA Boxing Talk here. This is a prediction video for Andrei Arlovski versus Francis Ngannou. I'm looking forward to this fight. I think it's going to be an exciting heavyweight matchup. You have the old veteran who's Andrei Arlovski, who's been in there with all the big names in the sport, taking on young up-and-comer Francis Ngannou, who, has definitely started to make a name for himself. A lot of the hardcore fans are taking note of his skill and his potential. Of course, Ngannou's not that young. He's just young for the heavyweight division. He's 30 years old, but that's very young for the heavyweights. We have a lot of old heavyweights in the division. So let's get right into it. I'll talk about each fighter real quick. Andrei Arlovski, he's 37 years old. He's been KO'd 9 times, so his chin has definitely deteriorated over the years, um, and he's been stopped in his last 3 fights. He's been stopped every time. He got TKO'd by Stipe Miocic and Alistair Overeem, and then he got submitted by Josh Barnett. But before that, Arlovski, was on a 6-fight win streak from 2013 to 2015. He had, compiled 6 in a row. He was looking really good. But Arlovski, a very aggressive guy, likes to throw hooks and uppercuts. He can be careless at times, which also, makes him open to get countered. But he's definitely an aggressive fighter. He likes to swarm his opponents, especially early on in the fight. He's gonna want to show his authority in there and show that he's not scared and that he's gonna be the aggressor. And Ngannou has definitely not faced a striker like Arlovski. Arlovski has pretty decent boxing. It's not the most technical, but he gets the job done. Maybe not lately, but he definitely has decent boxing for MMA. But I mean, which should be interesting because Ngannou's mainly faced wrestlers so far in the UFC. So this will be definitely a good test for Ngannou. Um, Arlovski has shown lately, I find that he he tires quickly in his fights. Arlovski, I find it's like end of the first round, beginning of the second round, and he seems to be already gassed, breathing out of his mouth very early on in the fight. So that'll be interesting. I know Francis Ngannou has showed very good cardio. Um, Mind you, he's never been 5 rounds, but this is only a 3-round fight. Um, Ngannou should have a good 10 pounds on Andrei Arlovski. He's like I said, seven years younger than Arlovski, so that might play a factor. Ngannou has only been training MMA since 2013. He was only 27 years old when he started, so this guy's he's improving every single fight. So another reason why he's on a lot of people's radar. A young guy, started late. Ngannou, though, athletically gifted, it's crazy. He has tons of power. I mean, this guy hits really, really hard. Great cardio so far. He's shown great cardio, and very, very strong. Very, very strong. And these are some things that Arlovski has lost over the years. Arlovski not as powerful as he once was. I feel his cardio is definitely diminished. So I mean, it's definitely it's gonna be a tough matchup. I feel for Arlovski in this fight. I mean, he's on the way down. He's on the decline. Ngannou's only getting better. And Ngannou is definitely a more technical striker than Arlovski. He's very patient in there. He's very precise with his shots. Ngannou throws punches and combos really well for a big man, I find. He doesn't throw a lot of combinations, but he can throw a 3-4 punch combo, and he does it very well for his size. You don't normally see heavyweights throwing 3-4 punch combinations too often. Ngannou definitely seems to have pretty good fight IQ so far. Like I said, he's patient in the octagon. He doesn't punch himself out. He, waits for his openings. So, I mean, I do see Arlovski having some success early. He's going to come out like the only way he knows how to fight and just go for it, be aggressive, in your face, high volume. Um, but I think I do see him steaming out, gassing out, and I just see Francis Ngannou. Once it goes to the second round or third round, I see him just picking Arlovski apart. Arlovski's not really big on the takedowns, and that's the one area where Ngannou, he can be taken down. But Ngannou, he's very strong up against the cage. He won't be manhandled up against the cage. And Arlovski, once he's not having success getting a knockout or finishing the guy, he's going to want to bring him to the cage. And I don't see him getting much success against Ngannou by grinding him out up against the cage. So I really am definitely confident in Francis Ngannou in this fight. I feel that he's more precise, he's more patient, he's more calculated. He just has a lot of intangibles on his side. He's stronger, more powerful right now. His cardio has been better. He's the smarter fighter. I just see him maybe not in the first round, but I see second or third round, possibly being a TKO. If not, it'll be a very decisive win. Him winning at least 2 rounds clearly and win a decision. But I do see Ngannou getting I'm going to say a third round TKO in this one. But great fight. I can't wait for this one. Ngannou's been on my radar, since his first fight in the UFC. Since he made his debut, I think it was on the RDA Cowboy rematch card December 2015. He just the look of him, the size, his physique, kind of caught my eye. So I obviously watched his fight, and he was a vicious uppercut KO against Luis Enrique, and I've been a fan of this guy ever since. He's been on my radar. So this is finally a big step for Ngannou. He's facing his first top 10 opponent, his first ranked opponent. Arlovski's, he's got a big name. It'll be a big win for Ngannou's career if he can get past him. I think he can do it. Let me know what you guys think. But that's it for this one. If you like the video, subscribe. Check me out on Twitter at MMABoxingTalk1. Peace.